Welcome to Raka's world. The year was 1939 and Hyderabad was being trampled under the tyrannical rule of the Nizams. There were no fundamental rights for the Hindus, and the Hindu students were forced to wear sherwani pajama even at the degree level. Even those who were pursuing their education in the Osmania University and the Nizam College, they were forced to wear sherwani pajama much against their wishes. So the students, the Hindu students specifically, those who were staying in the B hostel of the Osmania University, they decided that was meant for the Hindus in those days. The Hindus have decided that they would wear dhoti instead of sherwani and pajama. This was their way of defying the Nizam's tyranny. And they decided to wear a dhoti, and they fought for their right to wear a dhoti. In 1939, students across Telangana, those who were studying in the high schools in the suburban areas like Warangal and Bidar, Gulbarga, so on and so forth, they all in one go started what was famously known as the Vandemataram movement. The students sang Vandemataram, which was banned by the Nizam government. Nizam government issued a notification by means of which singing of Vandemataram was banned, and they wore dhotis. And they protested. They sang Vandemataram, they wore dhotis, and they protested against Nizam's rules. The education in those days was in Urdu medium, a language spoken by less than 10% of the people. The remaining 90% of the people, they spoke Telugu, Kannada and Marathi. The majority of them being Telugu speaking people. But they were all forced to read Urdu language because that was the official language, and only those who read Urdu, those who were proficient in Urdu, would get government jobs, the Nizam government's jobs. So the Hindu boys, the students, they decided to wear dhotis and chant Vandemataram. And over 2,000 students from across Telangana state, across the Hyderabad state, erstwhile Nizam state, were debarred by a notification issued on 22nd July 1939. 350 students from Osmania University, 370 from Gulbarga Intermediate School, 120 from Mahbub Nagar High School, 70 students from the City College, Hyderabad, and about 350 from Warangal and other places. They were debarred. And the Nizam government, Nizam's administration has written to all the universities across the country not to admit these boys. Then these boys were thrown out of the hostel. When they were thrown out of the hostel, the local Hindu society led by Mr. Vaman Naik and then a local Jain temple have offered them accommodation for some time, and then these students, they went to different universities like BHU and other universities where they were denied admission. Later, Nagpur University Vice Chancellor, his name was Kedar. He had the gall, he had the guts and the gumption to admit these students. About 350 students were admitted, and they completed their graduation, and one such boy graduated from a college called Hislop College in Nagpur, and the boy later went on to become the Prime Minister of this country. He was none other than P.V. Narasimha Rao. Narasimha Rao was in the vanguard of the Vandemataram movement of 1939, and Vandemataram movement also has produced Hyderabad's own version of Chandrasekhar Azad. We all know the story of Chandrasekhar Azad. Whenever his name was asked, he pronounced Azad, and the British police thrashed him with their lathis, and every time they thrashed, he chanted Vandemataram, or he chanted Azad. That's how he became Chandrasekhar Azad. In Hyderabad too, there was a youth by name Ramachandra Rao. His name was Vavilala Ramchandra Rao. He was a college-going student, and he organized a Vandemataram protest in the Sultan Bazar area of Hyderabad. He was promptly arrested, taken to the Chanchalguda prison, and one of the strongest and sturdiest criminal was asked to beat this boy, this youth. And every time he whipped the boy, the youth chanted Vandemataram. 24, he took 24 whip clashes, and each time he chanted Vandemataram. After the 24th whiplash, he fainted. And this news was relayed to Vinayak Damodar Savarkar, who was speaking at a function in Pune. He immediately took out the garland that was offered to him by the people, and he said, "This garland that was offered by the people of Pune, I am handing it over to this boy, Vavilala Ramchandra Rao, and from today onwards, he will not be just Vavilala Ramchandra Rao, he will be Vandemataram Ramchandra Rao." Thus, Vandemataram Ramchandra Rao became an icon of the Vandemataram movement in Hyderabad during the pre-independence days. He fought against the Nizam's rule, and later Vandemataram Ramchandra Rao headed what is known as the Bhagyanagar Ganesh Utsav Samiti. He founded it, and he was the first president of the Bhagyanagar Ganesh Utsav Samiti. The Ganesh Utsav of Hyderabad is today one of the largest Ganesh processions in this country, and Vandemataram Ramchandra Rao played a stellar role in organizing the Hindus of Hyderabad in the 1980s, and the community immersion program was reinvented in Hyderabad thanks to Ramchandra Rao's hard work. So Hyderabad's history has its own Vandemataram movement, and the fight for the right to wear a dhoti, and P.V. Narasimha Rao himself is a product of this agitation. More such stories on South India's history, especially the history of Hyderabad, in the next video. Thank you so much. If you like this video, please press the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Raka's World. Thank you so much.